Hello, this is Yaminah Legohn with the Daily Sundial, and I'm here at the AfroCentric Style event. I'm sitting here with the wonderful Dr. Cedric Hackett. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thank you for asking.
Awesome. So, how was the event today? Let us know
Oh,
how it went.
well, first of all, I have to say that Shirley Neal captured the audience, and most of the audience were students. And I had a few faculty members that brought their classes to the event. And Shirley Neal, she captured the essence of what it means to blend black culture with pop culture as it relates to culture and identity.
Oh, wow. Now, do you feel the students really captured what she said? Did they really embody that and left with something?
Yeah, I think in the zeitgeist you see lots of fashion. She started off with the Grammy Awards, and she asked who is the number one trender, and people were thinking, Kendrick Lamar, of course,
Right.
Beyonce, which was one of them, but one of them was Will Smith's son
Oh,
because
wow.
of his dress code and what he was wearing, and so
Oh,
she
okay.
used that and talked about some of the talked about Virgil, which is a fashion designer that was with Kanye West, and she talked about that kind of history and blended it with one of the speakers that we've had, icons, Baldwin, James Baldwin, and
Nice.
talked about how Virgil and James Baldwin basically moved out of the country because of one um, uh, for issues with the world that's happening that we have.
I
So,
understand. I understand. So, what was your role in this event?
well, as um, the director of the Boys Hamer Institute, we're kind of like the programming hub arm of the Africana Studies Department. And so, what the Du Bois Hamer Institute does is we promote student success through campus and community partnerships. One of those partnerships with our department is to program for Africana Studies Week and Black History Month. And
Nice.
so we've planned out five programs through our department for this year's Black History Month.
Oh, wow. Now, how do you feel about the event? Do you feel that it was a success, or do you feel how do you feel about it?
I thought it was a success in that you can hear a pin drop as she was talking and, kind of going through some of her slides. One thing that was impressive is thinking about, Charlie Brown and the Peanuts game and bringing out the character of Franklin during the 60s, late 60s into 70s. And talking about that and looking at some of the imagery of him sitting around the table for Thanksgiving, but he was the only one on that
Right.
side of the table. But they made some changes, so it
Yes.
was cool.
Yes, I definitely remember that. I know that was a little ahead of my time, but I definitely do remember the history on that. So, what are your plans moving forward with doing these type of events and connecting with students? What is your
Yeah,
goal?
I think we have across the campus a whole slew of events for Black History Month. Like tonight, there's a Welcome Black,
Okay.
event where we have fraternities, sororities, clubs, and organizations to welcome Black students and people who identify as BIPOC to campus.
Right.
And there's some food because we
And
bring
some
that kind
food.
of thing.
You know we like to eat.
Exactly. Well, we have four other programs within our department. On Monday, in the Grand Salon, we have the Black Student Athlete Panel. We call it the Black Student Athlete Exchange,
Oh, wow.
and so
Okay.
they'll talk about activism as it relates to sports, looking at the history of that, looking at some of the new you know bylaws in the NCAA, like the transfer portal and
Nice.
name, image, and likeness. I mean, I guess I came from the wrong generation because
Ah.
they can get paid for their name, image, and likeness.
Mm,
Yeah, and so
yeah.
there's a few, and we talk about the legacy of labor, but
Yes.
there's another screening, not without Alonzo,
Okay.
and he's actually he discovered Dr. Dre, and
Oh.
so one of my professor colleagues, Professor Tim Conley, he created a documentary called Not Without Alonzo. We have a film screening there in a couple weeks.
Okay.
And then we have, I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Five Heartbeats.
Yes.
Well, Choir Boy, is
Okay.
Tico Wells. He's going to be here in a couple weeks on the 17th to talk about from slave labor to prosperity, conquest of the human spirit.
Okay.
He's a real deep spiritual brother, and
Good.
I've gotten to know. He's come to the campus before during the pandemic when we, we're remote. And so
Okay.
he gets to come here in person and basically depart some of his take as it relates to our human spirit, as it relates to our history, our historical legacy of being in this country. And then we'll
Okay.
close it off with a former student of ours, Kofi Spencer. He's doing this what he's calling the trilogy method of mental health, music education, and the music industry.
Okay.
And so he got his master's degree in music therapy.
Nice.
And so he's going to come out and give his take on this trilogy and provide some ideas for students, to take care of their mental health through music.
I like that. That's a lot to do. And, it's Black History Month. We definitely need to continue to spread the history and the culture. And because the new kids need to know.
Right.
They need to know it's history and it's American history.
Right.
And Black History Month is not just for February, it's for all the months because
Right.
and everybody should know about the history. And just for Black people in general, people of color, it's just really important to know our history so we can be proud of ourselves and just continue to pushing on what our ancestors wanted us to do because we are our ancestors' dream.
Hello.
Hello. Well, thank you so much for sitting down with me. I truly appreciate you. I'm going to look into these events because I would love to be a part of it and also cover more stories about it. And let us know where they can follow you or find you guys or contact you.
Yeah. We have a website in the Africana Studies Department, on the Africana Studies Department for Du Bois Hamer.
Okay.
And you can just go to the actual CSUN calendar and look up all the events that are happening for
Awesome.
what we call Black Heritage Month.
Black Heritage Month. Got it.
Yes.
Okay. Well, it was a pleasure speaking with you, and I enjoy speaking with you, and I would love to speak with you in the future. And I'll see you.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank
All
you.
right. All right, y'all. I'm out. Yaminah Legohn with the Daily Sundial. Ciao.